driver interviews, pit action, industry news. We're bringing you everything that fuels the adrenaline-pumping world of dirt track racing. Buckle up now. You're sitting with the Slimy Bastards. Take it away, Jason.
Welcome to the Slimy Bastard Podcast Show. We're here in Boone for the Boone Nationals, Super Nationals again, and it's been an interesting, fun week. The racing's been good, some good laughs, some good times with a bunch of guys and that. And shout out to Pit Stop Motorsports out there in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and Lake Mills Motorsports up in Lake Mills, Iowa. And I'm pleased to have Brenda Kirby you moved us from Texas, right, Brenda?
Yeah, I'm currently moving out there. We're getting married next month. So
Oh, nice. So welcome to the Slimy Bastard Podcast Show. I've been following a little bit of what you've been doing for racing over the summer and that. And I seen when you and your, soon-to-be husband were coming up here to race. I reached out to you and wanted to get you on the program and that. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah. So you guys are still somewhat in it, right? Where are you guys sitting?
Yeah. So yesterday we had the LCQ heat. So I got 6 in that, and I think they took 10.
Yep.
And then Chris, I think he got 8th. So
Okay.
we'll both be in it, but we're both starting pretty deep. And I think they only take 3. So it'll be a tough one, but
you made it this far so far. And
yeah.
So have you been to Boone here before racing, or?
Yeah, I was here about 5 years ago, I want
Okay.
to say, and then kind of took a break from coming, just a long drive and hard racing, and
Sure.
we kind of wanted to do more tours versus just being at one track for the whole week and get some more racing in.
So you enjoying it, or?
Yeah, it's fun. We had a long week and fighting brake issues and countless other things, and yesterday was our first day. We actually kind of had a smooth night and won the heat and made the A, so that made it all worth it, but it's been a long week for us.
Yeah. Ready to get home?
Yeah, I was ready yesterday morning, but after yesterday, I'm like, well, if we had more luck on Saturday, I think I'll be all right.
Yeah.
But it's a long week to be here. So
when you were here the last time, you were running an A-mod then too, or?
That was I think I'd only been in it for about a year and a half when I came out here.
Did you make the show then, or?
No.
Okay.
No, we were just here to have fun. We didn't really expect a whole lot, and we have a lot better car than what we came with last time, so we wanted to be somewhat competitive and make the qualifying nights, and we were pretty happy to make one this week.
Nice. So you said you just moved to Texas. Where'd you move from?
Arizona.
Okay.
Right north of Phoenix.
Okay. So did you spend a lot of time? I mean, where would you go racing at there, or would you just go around Arizona and that? Would you go up to?
We usually stayed in Arizona. We would run the duel in Vegas sometimes, and there's a track in California we'll go to in Paris, and that's definitely one of mine and my dad's favorite tracks to go to. And we love running Yuma out at Cocopah Speedway. That's definitely our top 3 favorite tracks to go to all the time, and Brad does a really good job with the track out there, so we definitely like going to his track just because he does a really good job to try and give us the best track possible. So.
Sure. And when you're, do you miss Arizona, or do you like Texas?
I like Texas. I like living in Texas, but I definitely like the Arizona tracks better.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just more used to the momentum tracks versus the stop and go like Texas. So just taking some time to get used to.
Is there a lot of tracks in Texas?
Yeah, there's a lot more than Arizona.
Really?
We lost 2 in Arizona the last 3 years, so we're kind of slim pickings on tracks right now out there. But Texas has a lot. We just have to travel a little bit to get to them.
So what made you, why Texas?
Well, that's where Chris lives. And then, I don't know, I kind of like the country lifestyle versus the city growing up in California.
Yeah.
And Arizona's turning into California, so I'm kind of ready to get out of there before it gets too bad.
A lot of them people are moving from Arizona to Texas, or California to Texas.
Yeah, there's
in the Austin area, and you're not too far from Austin, right?
Yeah, I'm moving about an hour east of Austin. So, but I mean, where they're at, everyone has big properties. Like, they're on 30 acres. Their neighbor across the road's on 500 acres.
Oh, wow.
So they're more in the country, but you get to Austin and it's definitely a city, but we don't go there too often.
So when you're not racing in that and doing all the tire grinding and everything, what do you enjoy doing?
I like to eat food. I love going out to eat. I don't know. I've always just been a foodie person growing up in California and trying places.
So, speaking of, I'm not interrupting you or anything. Well, I am, but have you been up to the main grandstand here yet?
I have a couple times.
Okay, so they have, you've had deep fried Oreos, right?
Mm-mm. I don't like Oreos.
Oh, well, you're missing out because they have deep fried Oreos up there and they glaze them and then they put the powdered sugar over them. And I was like, oh my God, I've never had them with the glaze over them.
Yeah. I want to get the funnel cake.
Well, ask them for the glaze then.
I'll have to try it today. My sister wants to go with me too to get one.
Yeah. Well, the food is actually probably pretty good where you are. Good barbecue and that and all that down there.
Barbecue's never been my favorite. It's kind of weird going to Texas and barbecue's so big.
What's wrong with you?
I know, right? That's what everyone says. No, it's good. I think I like Mexican food and I could eat French fries every meal of the day. Anything with potatoes is probably my favorite meal.
So, what's your favorite French fry? McDonald's or
In-N-Out or Chick-fil-A?
Okay,
those are my top two.
Yeah, you can't really beat In-N-Out. But have you had Five Guys?
I have.
I mean, you're going to pay $20 for their fries.
Yeah, but that's why I like In-N-Out. It's so cheap to get a full-on meal and your stuff when you're done. So, I don't know. I like Five Guys, but if I had to choose, I'd always choose In-N-Out.
Yeah. Then that's what sucks up here because there's none of them around here. Like when we go back home to Idaho, or that's where my wife is from, and that. And so when we go back there, we go into if we fly into Salt Lake City and then drive up there, we always stop at In-N-Out just because of that purpose of.
Yep, Chris doesn't like In-N-Out. They're used to. I don't even know. It might be Five Guys out there. So anytime I suggest In-N-Out, he's like, no, that place is gross. We got to go somewhere better. So it's definitely the California kicking in there.
I was never a Chinese fan, like Chinese food fan.
I like the noodles, but I don't like veggies in a lot of things. So I'm kind of picky with that. And they always put veggies. And I'm like, well, I just want plain noodles.
Right. I had for the first time probably about a year and a half ago, I tried my little girl's orange chicken.
Those are good.
And I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So before they'd always go to Panda Express and I'd be the one, well, I'm driving across the street to Arby's then because that's the closest thing it was. And but now I'll just order the orange chicken.
Yeah. My dad loves Panda. Anytime he flies, he always gets Panda at the airport.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how long of a drive does it for you up here? It's quite a tow, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we left about 8 o'clock on Monday morning or last Monday morning, and we got to Stewart, Iowa about 1 in the afternoon Iowa time. So it was a drive. Yeah.
And you raced there in Stewart that Monday. You had a little bit of you had another car, right?
Yeah. We the transmission in the old car, the one I've been racing here in Boone, went out. So we had to pull the new car out, spent all day working on that, just kind of moving some stuff around to make it more comfortable, and ran that at Stewart, and something's off. We just need to kind of go through it and take our time. Sure. Got the old car back together from Marshalltown, and that place is nothing like I've ever raced on. It's a whole nother track that I'm...
So let me ask you, guys love Marshalltown?
I can see why they like it. It's just, that place is intimidating. You're going so fast, and the track's really banked, so you just go in wide open and you hope it sticks. Yeah,
and guys love it. Like the racing that's good there. I mean, between Marshalltown, Boone, and Deer Creek, those are probably my top 3 tracks. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been to Deer Creek at all for the Clash of the Harris or anything.
I want to go. That's one of my bucket list tracks.
It's one of my, like I said, top favorite tracks, just because of the whole setup there is just really, really cool. Yeah. And the pits, actually, when you go up to watch the race, it's on the backside for the guys in the pits.
Oh, nice.
And it feels like they're driving right up on you.
That's cool.
And it's just a really neat place to go. That's what you should do next year, is come up for Iowa Speed Week for that.
Yeah, we want to do some more traveling next year. I think with Arizona shutting down in the summer, just because that's where my cars are at, we kind of want to do more tours. We did the Texas tour this year, and we want to do the North Dakota tour eventually. And want to run some of the bigger shows and just try and do better and get faster out here, and then maybe have some more luck if we come back to Super Nationals.
So, do you play any other sport? Like, do you do anything outside of racing, like sports-wise or anything? Or
I grew up dancing. I danced for about 8 years, and I didn't like it. Too much drama, which I guess racing's not much better with the drama, but I don't know. When I quit dancing, I just immediately started going to the races with my dad when he ran late models, and I just fell in love with it. And my cousin Cody races, and he got in a car. I'm like, well, if he can do it, I can do it. So it took about 2 years to convince my parents to get me a car, but it was definitely worth the wait. I fell in love right away.
Yeah. So when your dad raced late models, right?
Yeah.
How long did he do that for?
He kind of off and on raced the late models. He ran a lot of figure eights at Ascot in California, and a lot of any street stock car style, and then got into 410 sprint cars and ran that for about 20 years, and would run the late model off and on during sprint cars, and then. So
it's all over the place. Then.
I think he's raced everything he possibly could race.
So you probably know then, like Kelsey Foley and God dang it, I can't think of her name off the top of my head. You know who I'm talking about.
Taylor?
Yeah, Taylor and that. And my little daughter, Presley, loves them too. And so I kind of wish she was here to meet you in that, because I've actually talked, she loves doing me and her will just play around with this,
awesome.
And I said, you should do your own little podcast with the female drivers, just do a quick 5-minute deal,
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
And you're starting to see, and that's where my questions lean to. You're starting to see more females showing up to these bigger events and events in general. I mean, are you seeing that too, or down there?
Yeah, there's definitely an increase in females. I think it just, some guys just don't like to get beat by girls, and they'll run us a lot harder, and you just have to stand up for yourself and don't take any crap. And I figured that out about year 3 racing, and people started giving me a lot more respect on the track once they realized that I was there to race and not just be a girl that races.
Right. Just show up and Well, what's your plans after here then? You got anything planned up after Boone for the rest of the year, or?
We're gonna run the duel for sure. Okay. We're gonna try and run some of the Arizona races just with the wedding in a month. We don't really have a set schedule right now, but hopefully we can get a few more races in before the duel, and then maybe run the Thanksgiving race out of Cocopa, and then we'll probably just tear the cars apart and get it ready for the 2-week show at Cocopa for Winter Nationals. That's definitely our next big one we're going to run.
So do you keep everything in Arizona then?
That stays at my parents' house.
Fly back and forth and gotcha.
Yeah, I'll run Chris's spare car sometimes in Texas. So my dad likes to have the stuff in Arizona so he can kind of work on it and whatnot. So maybe we'll get a car out there, but right now I'm just kind of running Chris's stuff in Texas.
The duel in the desert's kind of interesting this year, the way they changed everything. I'm debating on if I should go or not, just because, do you know Ryan Cartel at all?
No, I've heard of him, but I don't think I've ever met him.
But anyway, he lives out there, and I was telling him I was thinking about coming out, and he's like, "Oh, you probably should," and da-da-da. But it's just one of them. I don't know. It's it's cold. You know how it is.
We lived about an hour and a half from Vegas, so we kind of got the Vegas weather for 3 years. And it can be really nice, or it can be really miserable the whole time.
And if it's cold out there at the track, it's even the slightest little wind, it's just miserable.
Yeah.
So I was debating on that or going to the Winter Nationals. And so,
I mean, I am good friends with Brad that owns Cocopa or runs it. And that's definitely the race to be at on the West Coast.
That's what everyone is saying. Yeah. And then the other one I've been kind of interested in is the one in Florida. And that one looks like a lot of people are starting to gravitate, from up here in Iowa, because it kind of makes sense. If you look at the map, if it's probably about halfway, or close distance-wise of one or the other. So
it's big. Florida's a fun one too. I've heard it's growing and growing every year. I haven't. I would love to go and watch, but I'm getting my tax license, so that's right smack in the middle of tax season. So it's kind of hard to go out there for that. You gotta
pay for everything you're doing. So. Well, congratulations on the upcoming wedding and that. And is it going to be a pretty over the top wedding? And
I don't think it'll be over the top. It'll just be a big party.
Yeah.
My family likes to party, so we're going to have some fun
that night. Is that going to
be
in Arizona then? Or?
It'll be in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about 30 minutes from where I'm moving to.
Cowboy hats and all.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of those out there.
But no, I appreciate the time and that, and coming to visit with us. And good luck today. And hopefully, one of you guys get in and that, and make the trip worthwhile at least. And
that'd be awesome.
But it was fun visiting with you, and look forward to seeing you up here again, and welcome you back on the show anytime.
Yeah, hopefully
Even if
Winter
I'd like to
Nationals.
get your husband on with you. Fun time.
He would love it. He loves talking.
Does he?
Oh yeah, we're both talkers, but usually he's the one that's talking more than I am.
See, I'm the same way, and the guys are like, "All right, shut the fuck up already."
Yep. That's how I am with Chris. I'll just sit there and be like, "Yeah, okay, just keep on rolling."
Yeah. But with that being said, thanks again to Lake Mills Motorsports and Pit Stop Motorsports out in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and check us out on YouTube on all the podcast platforms. Follow us on TikTok. I appreciate it. And until next time, toodaloo, buckaroo.
Pit Stop Motorsports, Dirt Tracks Racing, largest inventory trackside parts service. We keep racers on the track, located in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and coming to a track near you. Check us out on Facebook at Pit Stop Motorsports. And tell Slade Pitt, the slimy bastard, sent you.
Driver interviews, pit action, industry news. We're bringing you everything that fuels the adrenaline-pumping world of dirt track racing. Buckle up now. You're sitting with the slimy bastard.